In this video, I'm going to be comparing the Shun Premier 9.5-inch slicing knife to the Miyabi Birchwood 9.5-inch slicing knife. Both of these are the top tier knives that these companies make, so it's only sort of reasonable to discuss them. Off the bat, I'm going to say that the Miyabi is leagues and leagues and leagues ahead of the Shun, so if that's what you wanted to know, there you have it. There are a couple of reasons for that, but the biggest one is that the Miyabi is completely handmade from start to scratch, while the Shun is essentially an automated handmade sort of knife. Because of that, the fit and finish on the Miyabi is insane. Every single edge has been rounded out, so there are no sharp corners. The fit and finish in terms of the handle is beautiful. Everything is completely and totally flush. And then you have little attention to detail, like the fact that the logo on the back is actually carved and not stamped. By contrast, the Shun has 90-degree angles on either side of the blade. There's actually a little burr down here. The handle where it meets the blade and where it meets the end, you can definitely feel a large lip, so it's not actually flush. And the logo is actually stamped into the back of the handle, so you can see where the metal has been pushed out of the way and it looks just a little bit sloppy. On top of that, you have the actual blades. The Shun uses VG Max, which is a relatively hard steel. It's 61, very, very hard. It holds an edge well. But the Miyabi uses a powdered steel by the name of SG2, which is in 63 hardness. And what that means is this knife you're probably never going to have to sharpen. Next is the fact that the cutting angles are actually very different too. The Shun is ground down to a very respectable 16-degree cutting edge, but the Miyabi is hand sharpened using a 3-step system down to a 9-degree cutting edge. So we're talking single digits. And as you can imagine, when you're dealing with a knife that is roughly 50% thinner of a blade than the one it's being compared to, it is also exponentially sharper. Both knives do have a good amount of jewelry and ordination going on to the actual blades. The Shun has 34 layers on either side of stainless steel incorporated into the blade, plus the hammered finish. The Miyabi has 50 layers on either side of stainless steel, so you have this insane flower damascus finish. Both knives have nice handles. The Shun has a brown pakkawood handle, and pakkawood is a compressed resin-filled wood. The Miyabi has birchwood, which hopefully you can see here is just stunning. It is beautiful. It has a gorgeous grain structure. It's a very light wood, and it's actually one of the woods that were originally used for Faberge eggs, which is one of the reasons this knife is so sought after. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous, flashy knife. And you really don't seem to understand how much attention to detail this knife has until you pay attention to this little tiny pin that goes through the handle. At first glance, it looks like it's just one piece of metal, but in fact, it is actually about 15 to 20 little tiny pieces of copper, bronze, and stainless steel that have been put together in a mosaic pattern and pressed into the handle. So you can tell that someone has put their heart and soul into actually making this knife. So with that said, I'll put a link down to both of these below. If you guys have any questions, any comments, or any concerns, as always, let me know. And otherwise, I will talk to you very soon.